I got it. It's right there. You know, when you paint somebody's portrait, you really do some healing. It does something to you. And I'm glad that I was able to talk to you about how I feel about this subject. Good morning, Earthlings. Actually, good evening, Earthlings. As the sun goes down on today, we're kind of thinking about a man who lost his life. His name was George Floyd. We don't know this man. All we know is that his death caused a lot of uproar. And it also caused us to start to think about ourselves and how we behave around other people. I am going to be painting George's portrait, and I'm going to be thinking about how I feel about racism, because it's a topic that's touched my heart all of my life. Anyway, please join me as we remember George Floyd and I paint his portrait. I'm really glad that I get to talk to you about this subject, because if anybody can tell you the truth about this subject, it would be me. I grew up in Wisconsin, and in Wisconsin, it wasn't real popular to be dark-skinned. It was more popular to be white-skinned, and that's what I was. Anyway, all I can tell you is, one night, I found out that he put on some strange clothes in the middle of the night, and he went out with a bunch of his friends, and it was a secret meeting, and I wasn't supposed to know about it. But those people in that meeting weren't very nice to black people, and I just felt like it was evil. I felt like not liking black people because they had a different color of skin was evil. And what I saw that night was such a devil just came right out of hell, and he went right into these people, and they burned a big cross in our town, and everybody was okay with that. For me, I was probably 6 years old. I wasn't okay with that. I didn't know what they were doing, but I knew that it was wrong. Well, we still have people like that today. They're called the Ku Klux Klan. I'm not sure what he was involved with, but it was kind of like that. Anyway, knowing that it was wrong, I decided to live my life a different way than they did. I mean, they would talk about people with different color skin like they were animals, and it hurt me. So I decided not to talk to those people anymore. I moved away from Wisconsin. I moved here to Washington, where they don't have a problem with, well, not as much anyway. But truth is, I really didn't see a black person until I was almost a teenager. And I remember the first time I looked up and there was a family, and they were so dark. They were almost as dark as my shoes. And I looked at them, and my heart was like, wow. She was beautiful, and I couldn't see what all the fuss was about. So, you know how I raised my children? I raised my children to not even notice a difference between somebody that had dark skin and somebody that had light skin. Yeah, and another thing that my stepfather didn't know is that I had a friend. She was brown, and I loved her. You know what, I always wondered if she was brown underneath her clothes. But so anyway, I think my success was when my son Phil was about 8 years old. There were two kids sitting at the bus stop. One of them was white, the other one was really dark. And my Phil said, hey, that's my friend, what's his name? I said, which one? He said, the one in the yellow shirt. The one in the yellow shirt was a black kid. And I looked at my son and I thought, I accomplished my goal. My children are colorblind. Anyway, that kind of ugliness has no room in our lives. And so if people are like that around you, get away from them, because they're no good. I mean, black people, white people, brown people, people. And if you really want to know the truth, Adam and Eve, they were black. Well, it's been a long day, and I'm ready to work again. Look, I'm in my working clothes, my pajamas. Anyway, I'm about to go in here and take a look at what I painted yesterday. I'll keep painting if I don't find something that I like. Anyway, the birds are being extra especially cute tonight. Here, she's just sitting in there. Isn't she cute? She's adorable. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes the drama. I got two of them here. Here he comes. Watch this. Where is he? There he is. Here he goes. He's saying something to her. A little flutter. Yeah. Well, I put their food away so the rats couldn't get it. But these came and told me they were hungry, so I put the food back out. And I got really close to her. And now she's sitting in a bowl. She's cute. Now I'm in Dottie, and here's these two pictures that I painted yesterday. Yeah, I got a heater in here. I'll turn on some lights. Oh, wow. Okay. That's what I painted in the dark. That's what came out of my soul. And I'm going to look at them now. I like this one. They're abstract. Yes, my art is abstract, but that's what it is. That's how I paint. It's dark. I don't know what color it is. I don't know how the water's going to react. What I come up with, and sometimes I come up with a gem. Who's to say this one isn't? I like it, actually. Now this one is all blue, and I could fix it, but look at how beautiful his teeth turned out. I was kind of worried about his wonky tooth. I like that. I wish I'd known him. I would have been able to paint his personality. I liked this one with him smiling. I'm doing my best. Anyway, I'm gonna look at him better. Well, it's dark again. I thought you liked the dark. Anyway, I'm gonna be painting now. Pay attention. So, I got this picture here. Whoops, let's turn you on over here. Oh, I got two cameras going. Can you believe that? There's the other one. Alright, so, I've got this picture here. I love this picture because he's smiling. We weren't given a lot of pictures of George, and we respect his privacy. But I like this one. He's smiling with this little girl, and I just love it. I love the happy thing that they're doing here. You know, it reminds me of Leo and Enrique. And I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I say it anyway. I do miss that. I miss Leo and Enrique. I miss the family that we had together. And my family was taken apart too. Not in the same way, but very similar. Anyway, I lightened it up a bit. So, here we go. I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna do a sepia. I'm starting with sepia. And I can't see much, but what I can see, I'm gonna do this first. The important parts that make George are gonna come out in the sepia. This. You can't see his eyes, but you know he's smiling up a blue streak. Look at him standing with his daughter, smiling up a blue streak. Oh, I just love that. I just want to remember him with this picture, him smiling. I love it. His eyes were closed, and I'd like to have a little bit here. Anyway, I got it. It's right there. You know, when you paint somebody's portrait, you really do some healing. It does something to you. And I'm glad that I was able to talk to you about how I feel about this subject. Alright, here's the last part. Here's the part that's gonna sting a little. There was a black man that ran into the store with a gun, and he says, "Give me all your money." And so, you know how that works. I don't know why they do that. He runs out of the store. He runs away. Another black man happens to go up to the same store, and the police come and they take that one away. The police can't tell the difference between the good one and the bad one. So what do we have to do? We have to take those bad ones, the ones that are causing all the trouble, and we have to look them in the face and say, "Look, you're better than that. You look at these other black men who have fine jobs and families, and they live in beautiful homes. How did they get there? They had to climb up that ladder hard, because our society was not easy on them. And we're not going to be easy on you either. But you know what? We know you're better than that. We know you're better than that. You have to rob from that store. Why don't we figure out a better way to do things for you?" Anyway, that's all you're going to get from me. I probably won't say another word for the rest of your life, unless you ask me. They're not weeds. They're not weeds. They're botanical friends. I wouldn't cut them down at all. They're blackberries. Look, this one, he says, "I want to get right in the way." I do cut them if they get annoying, but yeah, it just looks so neat. I love it. Yeah, Howard loves it. He says, "No, they're not botanical anything, they're weeds." But what does Howard know? Yeah. Well, I have to warn you, I paint abstract. It's just basically the feeling, yeah, but I like this one. I'm gonna call it The Colored Man. Anyway, I hope you like it. This was the first one. What are you doing over here? This was the first one. There he was. That's not bad. And the second one, the blues man. He's blue. That's alright. And then I painted him here. I did a bunch of them. I like this one. Alright, let me introduce you to The Colored Man. I love it. How do you think? Oh, wow. The Colored Man. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, till next time. The Colored Man. Oh. Woo. Yeah, that's him. I want to love people with my whole heart. And with this, I was able to do that. Until later. I hope you think about how you think about other people. And I hope you treat people fairly. And I hope you find your yeah. I'm going to work. Right, Howard? Howard's pink. He doesn't have any problem at all with color.